Greetings and welcome to the Fan Perspective. I'm your host Nathan Lyle, and this is NFL Weekly, the show where once a week I talk about things that happened last week in the league and talk about some things to look forward to in the coming week. And so we have one more week before the playoffs, which means one more show after this, and a lot of different things happened. So we're going to talk about the playoff picture really quick and what you need to be paying attention to next week. In the NFC, the playoff picture is basically set. The only thing left to be determined is seeding. The Cowboys, Seahawks, Cardinals, Lions, and Packers are all in, and the Falcons and Panthers, they play each other in Week 17. Winner of that game will get the division and host a wild card game. Now, there are a lot of different scenarios, and I just don't feel like going over every single one of them. But long story short, the Cowboys, Packers, Lions, Seahawks, and Cardinals, all five of those teams, if they win, have the chance to get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. All five of those teams still have a chance to have home field advantage throughout. So that alone is amazing enough in itself. And the NFC is just stacked. It's an incredibly competitive league. That you have in Week 17. 5 different teams still competing for home field advantage. Because meanwhile in the AFC, the Patriots, they've clinched home field advantage. So next week, they've got nothing to play for, nothing to gain by winning, nothing to lose by losing. They're the number 1 seed in the AFC. So I wouldn't be shocked to see them sit a few people. I would not be shocked to see Brady out there. But, I mean, you never know what Belichick's going to do. So he might decide there's some value in this game, even though there's really not. But outside of them, you've got the Patriots, Steelers, Colts, Bengals, and Broncos, who have all clinched the playoff berth. And Denver can clinch a first-round bye if they win. That's all they have to do, win. But even if they lose, they can still get in with the Bengals loss, or they can tie, and the Bengals tie, and the Colts win. And that'll get them in. But basically, you win, you get to rest next week. That's all there is to it. The Steelers and Bengals, they will play each other, and the winner of that gets the division. Steelers, they cannot get the first round bye, but Bengals, if they win and the Broncos lose or tie, then Cincinnati will get a first round bye. And the Chiefs, they can clinch a playoff spot if they win and the Ravens and Texans lose or tie. And the Texans can clinch a playoff spot if they win and the Ravens and Chargers lose. The Ravens can clinch a playoff spot if they win and the Chargers lose. Or the Chargers, they've got it easy. They can get in just by winning. That's simple. Chargers, if they win, they're in the playoffs. Nothing anyone else does matter. But if they get a tie, they can still get into the playoffs if the Ravens lose a tie. So that's the playoffs picture right now. And so a few of the games to look forward to this week. I've been doing this for the past couple weeks anyways, but I'm only talking about the games where both teams playing have playoff aspirations. And so at 1 o'clock, you've got the Panthers at Falcons. The winner of this game will have 7 wins on the season and will go into the playoffs as the 4th seed, get to host a playoff game. The other team, well, they get to get as drunk as they want to on New Year's because they don't have to suit up again until summer. And so for both of these teams, this is a playoff game. If you don't win this game, you don't get to play next week. So the playoff starts now for these guys. And I stopped making predictions on this show, but I'm going to make a prediction for this one. The Falcons, they're 5-0 in the division, and Matty Ice has always played much better in the dome. So I'll take the Falcons to get the win here. And then you've got the Chargers at the Chiefs, division rivals fighting for that final playoff spot. And I'm just going to say that the Chiefs take this because not only do they have home field advantage in this game, but even more importantly, the Chargers got really banged up last week. Not sure how many of their guys are going to be playing on this one. So I don't know what condition they're necessarily in. And then at the 4 o'clock game, there are the Lions at the Packers. And The winner of this game gets the division and most likely a first-round bye and quite possibly home field advantage throughout the playoffs. So there's still plenty at stake. The Lions, they're 5-0 in the division this year. The Packers, they're not too far behind either. They're 4-1, but that one loss coming to the Lions. Then again, the Packers are 7-0 at home this year. And so, honestly, I just don't trust the Lions. I mean, they've got a pretty good defense, which can, it can give Rodgers troubles, but the offense has been sporadic at times. I don't know if they can match what the Packers are capable of putting up. And at the same time, if a game comes down to a field goal to win it, I damn sure don't trust the Lions. And but I do trust Aaron Rodgers, especially in Lambeau, especially in December. So I'll give this one to the Pack. And then at the night game, the final game of the regular season is the Bengals at the Steelers. The winner of this game gets the division crown and gets to host at least one game next week. And there is a possibility that they could end up playing each other 2 weeks in a row. That possibility exists. And so, but based on what I saw last night, the Bengals defense, that's nothing to fuck with. They got some weapons over there, but then again, Big Ben is much better at handling the blitz than Peyton, just because, Peyton, he gets the ball out quickly, and that's how he avoids getting hit. But if the pass isn't there, then it isn't there. Big Ben is, Peyton is a sitting duck in the pocket. Big Ben, he can move around and he can give his extra receivers time to find that open space. And he can scramble if he wants to. He doesn't as much anymore, but it's a weapon he has in his arsenal. And for that reason alone, Big Ben, as good as anyone else in the league, as improving when a play breaks down and making something happen. And oh my God, that pump fake. So yeah, I'll give black and yellow a win here. I think they can handle the pressure a lot better than what we saw the Broncos do. So that's it for this edition of NFL Weekly. Tune in next week for the final edition of NFL Weekly for this season. And until then, this has been the Fan Perspective. I'm your host, Nathan Lyle. It's really getting fun now.